Hello again, it's Doug the Two-Minute Gardener. This one's about how to build a big retaining wall for a brick patio. This was a big remodel, and the most important part of it was the part that most people never see, and that was the retaining wall. So that's the most important part of this video. This is what the yard was before. Kind of a compact yard because of this really big, obnoxious hedge the previous owner had planted for privacy purposes. But it has a spectacular view. So in addition to the whole yard looking horrible, what a great before video, by the way, when you stick your head through the little opening, the yard actually goes on for quite a bit more, and it has a wonderful view. And it's not that steep of a slope. So first thing, of course, is bring in the baby bobcat and rip all that shrubbery out, the nasty rotting wood deck. It was a whole week of just bobcatting and scraping and removing a lot of dirt to get the grade below the house. That was the other problem with this yard, and that all this dirt sloped toward the house. So we had to remove a lot of dirt to get it flattened out. And the owner wanted to keep this oak tree, so we had to wrap the retaining wall around the oak tree. We used this red hose as kind of a visual representation so the owners could get a good sense of just how far out we were going to flatten with this retaining wall. So once we figured out the exact route of the wall, then it was time to start digging. So this retaining wall was about just a hair under 3 feet. We did it that way so that we wouldn't have to get permits for it, which is what the local building code here is. For a 3-foot retaining wall, you still need a really big footing. So this ended up being about a 2 foot deep by 2 foot wide. Actually, it was 32 inches wide at the bottom footing, which used about 5.5 yards of concrete. So here we are with a long pumper run all the way to the back to pump all the concrete. So it's important when you're doing this kind of wall that you have all the block needed for the base course standing by, ready to go once you're done with the concrete and you've laid it all in, because that base course is going to get set in the wet concrete. So make sure you have all that CMU block ready to go as soon as that concrete starts to dry, so that can lock that base course in, which is what these guys are doing. They're getting ready to start dropping brick in there as soon as they are done with all that concrete. And it was a lot of the block. These are concrete masonry unit blocks. Each one of those weighs about 30 pounds, so it was a heck of a workout. So once it's all laid, all the concrete's poured in, then it's time to start laying the block. Now notice, because it is a retaining wall and it's retaining about 3 feet of height, you have to do rebar buried in the concrete footing. It's really important that you do that for supporting it. Once all these blocks are in place, then it's going to actually be backfilled with more concrete to really give it some strength. Also notice that there are drainage inlets down there. They actually daylight to the bottom of the retaining wall because we want the water to slope toward that, and the wall will be sealed when it's done, and then go into these French drains behind it. So here's the basics of laying down the block. You can see how he's just laying down the mortar again and again and again and again. Very efficient because they used a lot of block for this. And usually he was doing about 8 at a time, and then he would come in and lay the block. Now, they actually had 2 guys laying block, and one guy was just a muscle. All he did was move blocks in place to make this as an efficient operation as possible. And we also had some really nice weather this week. It took about a week to lay all this block because this was quite a lengthy curving wall. It ended up being almost 90 feet long as it wrapped in and out of the yard. There were stairs down the middle, because again, we wanted a nice flat patio. Half the patio is going to become a beautiful brick patio for the adults to play on. The other half is going to actually be a lawn with a play structure for their little kids to play on. They have 2 small children at the time who were toddlers, but this was their first home, and it was going to be their home for a long time. So they were really thinking ahead, and I kind of helped them through the whole design process to figure out what the best way is. So again, with this mortar that they're doing inside, it's all just cement being hand mixed in the wheelbarrow, and they're just kind of keep grinding away on all that. As always, make sure it's level. Every single course, double check that it's level, And again, more block, more block. Sometimes you have to cut the block in half, especially with walls like this where it's curving. That involved a few cuts, even though it's a fairly flat wall. Because of these curves, they had to do some cutting. And admittedly, these guys are used to working on my designs because I tend to love curving walls, curving patios, as you're going to see with the finished product. So again, set the concrete, set the mortar, set the blocks. There's the muscle guy moving the blocks back and forth as the guys move along and do block after block after block. Lots of careful work to get it exactly set right so that both sides are nice and even. And then they have the capping block, and this is going to give it a nice finished cap once it's all done. And then you can see the smoke because they're saw cutting up some of the block as they go. So now the wall is actually finished. They're going to go back in and fill the concrete, fill the cells of the wall with concrete to really give it some extra stability. And then they're going to do a stucco cap on top of that. Here it is with the scratch coat. They're going to do just a plain white Santa Barbara stucco coat, and there you can see the cells are all filled in, and it's looking great. Now that the wall's in place, it's time to pour the concrete patio. So it's actually going to be a brick patio as a concrete sub-base to support all those bricks. And so after doing a week and a half of laying the block wall, now they're going to do a week and a half of laying bricks. And we did a herringbone style, a basket weave style with these bricks in this yard. Also notice when you're laying the bricks, it's really important that you keep checking your level and making sure that it goes toward the drain. See the little circle in the middle? That's the actual drain for the whole patio, because it's important with any kind of patio, concrete, pavers, bricks, that you want to make sure that that is draining away from the house and toward a drain, and that daylights out toward where the wall is, which in turn daylights out to the back of the property. If possible, daylight to the front of the property, but that was not a feasible prospect with this because the front of the property was just a little bit higher than the backyard, and so they had to daylight it out. All right, they chose this wonderful old white style of brick, and as I said, the other side is going to be the kid play yard. Here's a look at the wall when it has its nice white stucco finish. We did a lovely arbor over the little gate there. On top of the wall, we did this wonderful cable railing, and we attached these very fragrant jasmine vines. They're going to fill that in. The cable railing is important because it is a 3-foot drop, and again, they're going to have toddlers running around. It's really important to make sure all the kids are safe. So let's take a look at it. Here again was the before. Big ugly patio, actually small ugly patio with a hedge, and now here is the after. A beautiful patio. The furniture is still being assembled in this shot, but you get the idea. And then we have this wonderful hot tub right on the edge, way past where the hedge was before. And when you sit in this hot tub, you now have this spectacular view. We also rigged new poles for the cafe lights. The old poles, I don't know if you noticed in the previous video, were bending. So now they have these new reinforced pressure-treated poles to hold the cafe lights. And here it is, the view, sitting in the hot tub. Beautiful sunset view. The oak trees leafing out. It survived the process with this wonderful curving wall. Also, I don't know if you noticed on the very top of the rail, we actually put a little railing there to put drinks on while you're enjoying the sunset view. Well, a big shout out to Unique Landscaping. Juan and his crew did a spectacular job on this project. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to share and subscribe. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks for watching.